How you guys doing? So guys, we're gonna continue this topic of FGM as people are still promoting this and wanting to go ahead with this. Keep tapping and sharing the video. There's more videos that are coming out that are supporting this, especially coming from men. Different live videos are coming out, guys, coming from the Gambian community, especially the men, and are supporting this, and women are going on those videos also supporting this. Although you see few people that are not supporting this, but a lot of the time the people that are not supporting this, they're not talking. Why? Because people, like I always said, they'll insult you, bully you, isolate you, call you name for not talking. But for how long we're going to continue to run away like a coward? And like I said, this man is not just promoting FGM, he's promoting pedophilia, which is people to marry young children. Keep tapping and sharing the video, guys. And I'm going to continue asking my community, especially the people that are abroad and are supporting this. Are they really going to make so that they're happy with the people of their country they stay in, to know that they want 13-year-olds to get married and they want women to be FGM on their land? Are they speaking in English? Are they making the white people that, own the country they're living in Europe or America, to know that what they're saying in the videos is that 13-year-olds to get married and for the little girls to get FGM done? Or are they just going to keep talking in their language in hope of those people don't know what they're saying? Keep tapping and sharing the video, guys. If you guys think that the white people or the people you're living in their country don't know what you're saying because you're speaking your language, you're not well. A lot of these people know what you're saying. Doesn't matter what language you're talking about. They can't keep you in your country without knowing what you're saying. That's dangerous for them, especially when you have a history of violence and abusing women and children. Especially when there's some social media now and people are listening to people. Keep tapping and sharing the video, especially if you're not someone that want your 13-year-old girl to have a husband and you don't want your daughter clitoris to be cut and call it culture. If you don't wish that for your daughter, you shouldn't wish it for any girl. And if you wish it for your daughter and other girls, know that the karma will haunt you. Just like this man said, that people that are fighting this, he's praying for them to have karma and bad stuff. Me too, anyone that is watching this video and supporting this act, that's the reason why you're not going to tap and share. So the video will not go anywhere. Me too, I'm praying the pain and trauma of these children will haunt you, including my own underage married pain, my mother, my sisters, even your own mother, your family members, people in your family that have been through underage marriage with the hands of a man who's not going to care about them, give them a lot of children, continue to neglect them, and the man got nothing to lose because they're always going to move to the next girl because they're addicted to young people. It's you, the young girl, that is going to have everything to lose because you're the one that's going to get married, have children at a young age, and you're the one that's going to call you old and get out of here and shut up. You're the one that is going to be stuck in depression and suffering for the rest of your life. Anyone that is promoting this suffering for young girls, especially in Africa, the karma will haunt you, especially if you're from those countries. As long as you guys know that. Anyone that is listening to my video, when I'm talking about for this to end, you're taking my energy and my time, and you will not tap and share because you love this, because you're very evil. I pray that my own karma and my own childhood trauma that is making me fight for childhood trauma to end, to haunt you. I pray that these young girls, that they have to cut their private part and have to marry them 13 because the community is very wicked and pedophile, and the women are weak and hate themselves and wicked. I pray that the community, the children karma will haunt you. Just like this man saying that people that are fighting for this to end, he's praying for them to have bad stuff happen to them, karma to haunt them. If I can have karma for protecting the children, imagine you guys the karma you have. Imagine you guys that is promoting this, and you guys that is watching the video and folding your hands because you cannot tap to protect one child. Imagine the karma you have. So guys, today I saw a lot of new videos again coming out. A lot of videos coming out, they're promoting this. Some of them don't even mention this to begin with. For example, people like Soti Jammeh. Soti Jammeh is #1 promoter for FGM as well. I keep telling you guys this. Okay? He's not even hiding it. Today he was making a video again saying that he's asking people like me and other people who are condemning this. Why we condemning this? We have to condemn the people that are having PSs, like when people have PSs here and some people have it on their private part. He said they're also abusing their private part and that we should condemn that. Look at this type of sickening community, guys. And that Soti Jammeh is a man who is living in Sweden. Okay, happily living in Sweden from Gambia, promoting young girls in Gambia to beat FGM. Okay, and the Gambians are watching, the Gambian women are watching, the men are watching, because Gambian people are the weakest people in the world. They are coward. They cannot speak up to protect women and children. Their talk is just to talk on the phone with somebody you shouldn't talk to get angry and scream, to go and put their energy on stuff that is not necessary because they're depressed. But the fact that they're depressed, the reason why they're depressed, they cannot condemn that, which is the serious child beating that they've been through, the FGM, underage marriage, or just SA in general, the fact that the community neglect children and women all the time. 90% of children and women from Gambia have been neglected and are still going to be neglected. Keep tapping and sharing the video. Don't just watch, because a lot of them watching me are my haters because they don't want me to talk about this, because this man is like a god to them. Okay, they rather this man make sure that every child is married, every child private part is gonna be, every girl is gonna be. They rather this man do that than them telling them this man anything. Okay, and anyone else that say anything to this man, you're rude, you're bad. But for this man to continue this, he's good. That's fine. So guys, this man is an imam in Gambia. He's one of our imam. Okay, he's called Imam Fati. He's the #1 lover of FGM for girls and underage marriage. I've never seen anyone who loved underage marriage and FGM like this man. Okay, and he called himself Imam. Right now he's campaigning. He managed to get this man who is working in the Parliament of Gambia to work with him, so they can bring the debate in the Parliament. They're going on the 18th this month, according to what I had, for them to go and bring back that, to be normalized in Gambia. Right now the government banned it. Even though the government banned it, people still doing it legally on the ground. People like me fighting for that to stop. And now they're saying that they don't have to hide it. They want to be able to do it under the mango tree, dancing like nothing happened, because they have no respect for us, the adults of Gambia. They know us, the adults of Gambia, if we are human enough. The moment they mention this, we all gonna get up attacking them. This man that is an imam, he'd have so many stuff to explain to people about Allah. He has so many stuff to go on the parliament or go on the street campaigning. But he's on the street with a group of Muslim women with their hijab that are his students, that he's teaching Quran. The video is here. You can see it. If you go down, you see it. He demonized to manipulate a bunch of women. Some are under 20, some are 20, some are above. And men, of course, men like this who love to traumatize women. These women are not just brainwashed. They also don't have confidence. Why? Because they go through child beating, torture, even SA, or just they watch their mother suffer in the marriage and be like, yes sir, yes sir. So they learn that yes sir, slavery type of a self-enemy type of a mindset. And they're following this man on the street of Gambia saying, yes, la ilaha illallah, you guys want to take away our deen. Let the young girls get married at 13. Let people FGM the young girls. La ilaha illallah, you want to take away our deen. And the excuse is that we that are talking, we have a white person mindset and Western mindset. And we want people to be lesbian and gay and just, we want to bring the, the Western mind, in Africa, in Gambia. And the other man that was talking about this today, that Soti Jammeh, he lives in Sweden. He's #1 promoter of FGM. He was like, I just want you guys to answer me. I came here to answer me. All of you that does video, he said that do videos and answer me. Even if he doesn't say that I was going to answer him. But he said that do video and answer me. I'm asking you, what about people that have piercings on their private part? They have piercings there. And you're saying that we shouldn't FGM the little girl and get rid of the clitoris. You putting the little girl down and getting rid of her clitoris. How is that the same with an adult who choose to have a piercings on their, vagina? Look at the type of excuse these effing wicked idiotic people are using. For example, this man says that when you don't circumcise a girl, you cannot have 4 wives because you cannot satisfy 4 wives. And people that are not circumcised, they like sex too much. Even that fake ass Soti Jammeh today when he was doing his video, there was one sick woman that was in the video, and she was also saying, "Oh, me too. You know, I was FGM, and nothing wrong with me. I give birth fine. I don't have any problem. So I don't know why they want to condemn this. This is our culture. These sick, weak idiots are our enemy. These people that hate our culture, but love the particular one that is gonna cut your vagina and you're not well. The pain of putting a child down and cutting this clitoris away and calling it is my culture. When they're hypocrite, they hate culture. Our culture is to go farming. Our culture is not to come abroad and sit down here and be talking. This man, a lot of his children are abroad. This imam, he have a lot of children all over the place. Bless them, they are abroad all over the world. America, UK, here I am so everywhere. Keep tapping and sharing. This man here, that his children are all over abroad. Why he's not telling his children abroad to go back to Africa? Our culture is not to travel. Our culture is to go farming, to dress big traditional clothes, man and woman, to eat with our hand, to carry stuff on our head, to do African stuff, to do sock like this, and just African stuff. Are they doing that? No. Are they embracing that? No. Are they going on the street to promote that for people to do that? No. Is he saying that anyone that don't do this, when you die, nobody should come to your funeral? No. But he's saying that if anyone don't FGM or allow underage marriage, when you die, nobody should go to your funeral. And that when you sell something, nobody should buy. And that when you have a party, nobody should go. And that if you're talking for this to stop, he's going to pray for something bad to happen to you. And he call it culture. And he call it sunnah. Again, I keep asking them these many sunnahs, why they're not promoting any. One of the sunnah is for you to marry a widow or somebody that their husband passed away. One of the other sunnah is for you to be nice and kind, smiling, happy person. One of the other sunnah is for you to be nice to your neighbor. And one of the other sunnah is for you to love animals. And one of the other sunnah is for you to eat with your hands. Do you ever see this man campaigning one of those sunnahs that saying that if anyone don't do it, when you die, nobody shall come to your funeral, and that when you're selling, nobody shall buy, and that when you have a party, nobody shall go, and that if anyone condemning that sunnah, he's going to pray for you to something bad to happen to you? Do you ever see that? No. So why this particular sunnah of putting the little girl down and chopping her clitoris is the one that he loves so much that he's saying all of this word for that? Keep typing and saying. The other favorite word he liked to say, him and other people like him, is that, for example, that sick woman that was there today and was saying that she was FGM and she was fine. She's still fine by it. She said, you can just see how evil she is. Like, listen to what she said. She said, one day, one of my friends, who is not FGM, she have problem on her clitoris. There was a pimple there, and that pimple was swollen. She called me to look at it and to help her. I came to look at it, but I wasn't looking at the pimple. I was looking at how big her clitoris was. It was like a little girl's, little boy's thingy. And I just tell her that, oh my God, is this how you guys that are not caught, this is how giant your clitoris are? Look at how she's insulting her friend, betraying her friend in a live video that people was watching. Lot of people, by the way. And just because her friend is not circumcised, she had to come and explain how her friend was having problem, some pimple on her clitoris, some infection. I don't know what caused that. You know how you have pimples sometimes. And, when you save you or something, you can have pimple, something like that. But I never have pimple on my clitoris, and I'm not caught, by the way. But she said the woman have pimple on her clitoris, and the pimple was swollen. And she said that the woman called her to come and look at it. And she said she was focusing on the fact that the clitoris was so big and long, like a little girl thingy. She was like, that's so disgusting and ugly. How can a man sleep with you guys like that? You guys gonna look like a man, and you're gonna look like the man stuff. Oh my God, that's so disgusting. I was not even focusing on the pimple. I was just focusing on how big the thing is. And I have to ask her, how come you guys have this big, long clitoris? Is this how you guys have that? When you're not cut, is this how it's like? Oh my God. And she was like, no, it's not everyone have long one like me. Look at how sick, idiotic, wicked, insane these people are. Look at how far they can go to make sure that no little girl have a clitoris. Danaa wax ndànk tëjal buntu bi te nga tëj sa buntu bi. Alright, ma foogoon danga bëgg a nelaw. What? luy lool? Dede, how much brands to go? Most on that mangy video, the FGM. That's fine. Sorry, my son, my daughter. Keep tapping and sharing. She's asking for brown sugar. I don't even know what she want to do brown sugar this late. So keep tapping and sharing, guys. Okay, look at this. Look at how sickening these people can go just to make sure this practice is continuing because us, the adults, are watching them. She also said that people who are not, this is even embarrassing to talk about when your daughter is hearing you. You know, I have a daughter who is 17. Look at how our children gonna hear how sick our people are. And this our children, our hope, my hope, and every woman hope that is from Africa should be for the children to grow up, marry as, you know, our children. But they can marry anybody they want. But the dream for me is for them to go to our people, not to be afraid of our people and choose somebody else because of fear. But if they happen to love somebody else, that's fine. But my dream is they marry, for example, you that watching me, marry your son or marry your daughter. They marry each other. They all have their good job and their good life and bring up their family. What's more beautiful than that? Now, how many of our children are going to grow up and look for some other race because they're afraid of their race? Not that they love that other race. They might find love there, but they do it on purpose to find love there because they're afraid of this race because of how sick this race is. And you say people should not talk. That's not the only reason why I'm talking, but I cannot watch you make sure that every little girl that is born in this race, you're going to make sure that, you know, especially the tribe that is promoting this more, you're going to make sure that none of the, from their grandmother to the little babies that are going to be born tonight, none of them have a clitoris. You're going to make sure that every clitoris comes, you're going to get rid of it, and you're going to make sure you're going to lie so they don't complain why you're getting rid of our clitoris. There's no reason why they're getting rid of it. They're just abusing you. They're wicked. So guys, keep tapping. I'll explain to you all the reason that they so-called reason. So they say that if they don't cut the clitoris, normally when they cut it, they close the little hole as well. They'll cut the clitoris, take that blood like a vampire and use it with something else to close the little hole, okay? Until the little girl is grown up and get married, and then they break the thing so that the husband can, you know. And they're doing that for husband, and 99.9% of chance he's going to be cheating and lying and neglecting the girl entire generation, okay? 99.9% of these men that they're doing this for, that like the man is gonna, you know, what that even. Keep tapping and sharing. The man, you're telling me watch the dialogue. Listen to this, yeah? This is how they are. They don't care about the harm. They just like, watch how you're talking to this person. Oh, don't say this. Oh, it's the president. Oh, it's the God. Oh, it's the this. They don't care about the women and children. They always so fake and wicked. If they have respect for this man, do you think don't they have, if that respect is genuine, why is it just for this man, not the children and women? Is this man better than the children and the women? This man come from a woman. If without woman, this man will not exist. Is this man better than the children and the women that he's making so they suffer? Keep tapping and sharing. Any of you that is promoting what this man is doing, I pray like he's praying that people that are fighting this are going to have trouble. You too, I'm praying you have trouble. You have trouble of karma of these children. He says cutting their clitoris. These children that he's making so they end of age married. He said children should get married at 13 by force. Until that, there will be no peace in Gambia because that's the Quran appropriate age to get married, 13 years old. Keep tapping and sharing. He's saying that when the Quran tells them to not cheat, and a lot of them are cheating, 99% of African Muslim men are cheating, cross Africa, cross the world. 99% of African Muslim men, 99%, they cheat when they're married. And they shouldn't have sex even when they're not married, not to mention married. That Allah hate that more than anything in this world, for you to have sex without married. How much Allah hate that? Why he's not talking about that? Allah tell them that when they're married, they should house, clothes, and feed their wives. These three. Very few of them are doing that correctly. How expensive is that? Especially the Mandinka people in Gambia. Go to Tanja and other villages in Gambia. Look at the Mandinka women. If their husband are housing, clothing, feeding them correctly. They're feeding themselves. They don't even give them enough money for food. They don't even have a good bed. They don't have a good house. Their children cannot have good clothes. And the man always have money for a girlfriend and for another wife. Keep tapping and sharing the video, or you get out of the video. Anyone that is in the video and you're not going to tap on purpose because you like this, because you're evil like this type of people, I pray like he's praying for us that are the activists and protecting the children to suffer. I pray you too will suffer, you and him and everyone that is making so the children suffer. I pray their tears, their real, genuine, innocent tears shall haunt you forever. That's what I'm praying me too. Keep tapping and sharing the video if it's one single soul that is watching this video, because they're going to report the video. Okay, it's just TikTok noticed how sick they are. That's why the video is still on. If not, by now it's off. He have army of people because he's a Quran teacher. This man is a Quran teacher. This is why Africa will never develop. We have this kind of elders, this kind of people having voice, this kind of man, they give him access to go to the parliament and vote and ask people to vote for FGM and underage marriage to come back to Gambia. This is the type of people that they give voice in Africa. People that hate people that hate women and children, they give them voice. People that promote pedophilia, they give them voice. This man right now in Gambia, he's a very famous imam, guys, and he's on the street of Gambia protesting, and he managed to get the ban for underage marriage and FGM to go back on the parliament for people to make a decision and vote yes. And the parliament is full of men. Now, just watch. This week coming, they're going to say yes or no. I'll let you know the results. Watch how, if they say yes, I will not be surprised. Then you know how pedophilia these people are and how pedophilia the entire government is. And then the government and the entire Gambia have me to deal with forever. If they vote yes, the entire Gambia and the entire government will never forget this. Keep tapping and sharing. Do you see this one saying it's Ramadan? Please go and relax. All of these people are pedophile and they hate women. And the woman is watching. The sad part is the women, they are watching this. They know these people hate them. They know these people are pedophile. Every single time their children are getting SA, underage marriage or not. 90% of children of Africa either get SA or people tempt to SA them and they get away from it. 90%, boys or girls, especially girls in Africa, cross Africa. You don't want to know what's happening in the news, but the news don't even tell the truth though. The news don't cover up SA stuff. And people that be not alive for SA, they will do everything to make sure it's not going to be on the news. Especially from a place where they're learning Quran. They have this boarding homes that is called Dara. Lot of the boarding homes cross Muslim Africa countries, they call Dara, especially Senegal and Gambia have this, Guinea, Mali and all these other places. This boarding home, the boy will go there. It's normally boys that go there a lot than girls. They will stay there until they finish Quran. And they can go there as young as before 5. And they can stay there for 10 years or more even until they can master the Quran and read it like this. 80% or 90% will be SA in that place, if not 100. If you know the type of horrible SA come out of those places, billahi, wallahi, and those people that are watching me right now, a lot of them been SA in those places. And all of them been tortured, beaten, serious beaten. And they're watching this video. And they're even not going to do nothing about it. They will not talk. They will not even like. They will not share. They will even say that I don't have respect for talking because this man is an imam. They're focusing on the fact that this man is an imam instead of focusing on the damage that this type of people are doing. A lot of African men been through serious beating and torture and SA in general. That's why they're very inappropriate, a lot of them, with the wrong people and with the young people. And that's why they get angry quickly. That's why they lie. That's why they cannot make it in life. They have chronic depression, 90% of them. And when you try to avoid that for the young people, they're very wicked and weak. They cannot protect the young people. They rather die. Keep talking and keep tapping and sharing, or you get out of the video, or you have my karma for taking my energy for saving the children, and you have the children karma. Like he said, anyone that is talking for this to stop, he's praying for Allah to punish that person. This man said anyone that is talking for this, his work to stop, for underage marrying 13-year-old girl and FGM in the little girls, anyone that is talking for that to stop, he's going to pray for Allah to punish you. That's what this man said in videos. You saw it. Me too, I'm saying, you guys that is watching this and not tapping and sharing just because you're like him. You guys that is watching this to promote children going through this genuine pain. I pray the children tears will haunt you, including my own childhood tears, my mother, my sisters. I was underage arranged marriage before I was 10 to a man this old. Before I was the age 10, I was underage arranged marriage to a man this old. And you expect me to watch this man to campaign on the street of Gambia for 13-year-olds to get married? Because you evil bitches are going to come after me when I'm talking. I rather you do like this to me than me, watching these children. Like I said, guys, I come here again to ask you guys, why are you making live videos? People like the effing asshole Sorty Jammeh himself make a live video just now. He's the #1 supporter of this. Saying that, I don't support it. If you want, you do it. If you want, you don't do it. But he's lying. He said the purpose of his live video is why we not campaigning for people that do pieces. People do pieces on their tongue or anywhere they want, and some do on their private part. He said, why we not campaigning for people that are doing that, especially on their private part, because they're abusing their private part. Can you hear what I'm saying, guys? And this Sotijame is in Sweden for years. Living there, working there. He have a child there even. He knows human rights. He knows what's called abuse. But he knows the Gambian people behave like we're not human. That's why he's talking to us like that. He was talking in our language. Keep tapping and sharing. Just now, he finished that live video. Just now, not long. I was not surprised that he was doing that live video. I told the person who sent me the video that I'm not surprised he's doing this. The person said she's disappointed because she used to think that I was just attacking him for nothing. When I tell you guys that Sotijame is the #1 people that is supporting this and he hates women and children, you think I'm just talking. Me, I know men. Keep tapping and sharing the video or get out of the video or you will have the karma of the children that these people are promoting to make sure that they have no clitoris and to make sure that they get married at 13 years old. The karma of those children, you will definitely have it for watching this video that is protecting them and refusing to tap and share so they can continue going through that. He said that anyone that is fighting for this to stop, he's going to pray for God to punish you. Me too, I'm praying all of you, including him that is promoting this. I pray that real karma, real tear, real genuine pain from these children will haunt you, including my own pain, my own trauma. And my mom and my sisters. We all been through underage marriage. We all were married way before 15. We all were married way, especially my mom and I. You know, we were married before 12 years old. I was married way before 10 to a man this old. They love children. Guys, do you think an imam will stand up in Gambia right now, be campaigning on the street for people to get married at 13 and for girls to be FGM, and he doesn't like children in a wicked way? Like he loves children, but he loves children to suffer also before he can marry them. His excuse is that he says this freely in interviews. Like I always said, these people, even including our presidents in Africa and our government, they know us Africans are not well. That's why they're doing what they're doing. I'm not including on those people, but they know you guys, 90% of you are not well. That's why they're treating you like a piece of shit. They're treating you like a doma. They're treating you like a 5-year-old, talking like this and treating you the way they do because they know you guys behave like you're not well. Just look at how the Gambians are watching this man right now. Just look at that. Look at how the Gambians are watching this man right now. Okay, and they're not saying anything. And they're coming to someone like me, attacking me, bullying me, or coming to my video and watching it like they're dead. They're not going to support the video because I'm talking about this issue. Just look at this, right? Look at this man right now, an imam in Gambia, going on the street with a group of people to campaign for people to get married at 13 years old and for the girls to make sure that every single girl that is born, her clitoris is going to be a gone. And a sick woman, like the woman that was in Sotijame's video not long ago, that sick idiot woman type of a person, was saying that you just have to trim it. It's going to be too long like that my friend. Look at that. Your friend called you because she have a problem, that she was facing, for you to come and look at it and use it on a live video to bully her and insult her and call her clitoris is so long and ugly. How can a man sleep with somebody like that? Keep tapping and sharing. Keep tapping and sharing. Or you get out of the video, or you will have the karma of the children, especially if you're from Gambia or Africa in general, and you know the trauma and pain they cause children. So guys, this man is one of our imam in Gambia who is right now on the street of Gambia campaigning for the ban for underage marriage and FGM to come back to normal for people to do it freely. He said, when you don't FGM the girls, you cannot marry 4 wives because you cannot satisfy them. He said people that are not FGM, they're impossible to satisfy. I think these people, they watch a lot of porno movies and they think the porno movies are reality. People that do porno, they're just doing porno, they're acting. A lot of them are on drugs or alcohol or something. They're on something before they come on the camera. That's why, and they have to fake and make noise and make like they can't have a lot of them. But some women that just like sex in general, or some men that like sex in general and can't have enough, you can have it in every woman and every tribe. Doesn't matter FGM or not. Some people are FGM and they can't have enough of sex. And some people are not FGM and they don't like too much sex. But why do you have to FGM every little girl? Because you think that people that are not FGM, they cannot have enough of sex. And I need to have 4 wives and I'm not going to be able to satisfy them. So I need to FGM them so they don't need any sex at all. And you're seeing this in a video, in an interview, everywhere as an imam. Keep typing and sharing, guys. He also said that when the woman is not FGM, when she's giving birth, she's going to cry because her vagina never have any pain. And a doctor tell him that. Okay, he also said that most likely the woman killed is going to be so long, her clitoris, that she cannot even wear jeans, and it's going to be disturbing her when she wear jeans. Guys, again, like I told you, a lot of videos are out, men especially, promoting this, but also women, but men promoting this. They're saying that if you don't want to do FGM, that's fine, just leave them, it's none of your business. But he's not saying it's none of your business. He's saying the government should normalize it. And he's saying if people don't do it, when they're no more alive, don't go to their funeral. When they're selling something, don't buy it. When they have a program, don't go. So he's forcing everyone to do it by force. And you're not telling him that you're forcing people. But you say that me, someone like me, when I'm an activist for childhood trauma to end, especially Africa, that is the #1 creator of childhood trauma, you said me, I am forcing people to not do it. You are a coward and you are an asshole and you're very wicked and you will never get away with this. Karma will haunt you wherever you are. All of you that is promoting this, you will never see peace. Those innocent, genuine tears that you're causing on the children. Forever. Because even after you do that to them or underage marry them, you're still going to continue suffering them when you marry them as an adult. When they become a young adult, you marry them. The 13-year-old that you want to marry. Before 5 years, you'll be cheating, lying, looking for another 13-year-old because you're addicted to young girls. They're going to have the rest of their life crying. A lot of these women that are promoting this, they either divorced from these people because of their wickedness or they're crying. They're crying 10 years, 20 years, 30 years of marriage crying. They never know what a real, genuine, healthy marriage is. And they're still promoting this man with their act. Lot of these women that are promoting this man either are in with this 90%, 99% of them are with this man crying, or they already divorced them because of the horrible behavior. And they're still promoting this. They say that it's not your culture, you're not being FGM. By the way, some Wolof people are FGM. I'm not FGM, but some people in my family are FGM. It's not just for Mandinka. Other tribe did it because it's a sickness in Africa. Africa love anything that is to do with torturing young girls and boys, just children in general. Keep tapping and sharing the video, or you get out of the video, or the karma of the young people will haunt you. Like he said, if anyone is talking for this to end, he's praying for those people to have karma, something bad to happen to them for protecting the children. People like me. You too that is watching this video and you purposely not gonna tap and share just because it's this topic. I pray for the genuine pain from my own childhood trauma of underage marriage and other children pain to haunt you too. Including your mother's pain, your father's pain, your own pain in this community will haunt you. The community shouldn't be beating you, the serious beating you've been through. They shouldn't essay you. They shouldn't cut your vagina, your clitoris as a child, call it culture or Allah. They shouldn't give you any horrible stuff that you've been through. Even bad marriages that you're going through in this community, you shouldn't go through it if you were well. We have to be adult and stop the fake ass behavior and condemn this madness that this community is doing. You know it's not right. You're just a fake ass hypocrite. Everywhere you are, you're like, oh, Africans, oh, us, we are wicked, oh, we cannot have peace, oh, us, our marriages are bad, oh, our families are bad, oh, our friend, oh, our government, oh, our this. And when someone is talking about why we are bad, because we program us to be bad from a young age, they torture us, beat us, give us so much pain, doesn't matter boy or girl. When you tell them to stop that, you're like, oh, get out, don't talk, you talk a lot, blah, blah, blah. Do you see? Amare, stop lying, why? You see, you can't even spell your ass, so... They cannot even put you to school. You see this asshole that is trying to type? His father was probably like this man. His ass is probably like the asses that I'm trying to save. Which is, they're going to essay. They essay the boys too. A lot of them are gay, but they hide it. They essay young children a lot. Especially across Africa. Especially Muslim country, African Muslim countries that don't allow gay. They do secret gay on children. Keep tapping and sharing the video or you get out. Anyone that is watching this video and you're not going to tap, you're not going to see it just because I'm saving children, I pray the karma, the pain of the children will haunt you. Any child in this community that will go through serious beating, essay, underage married, 13-year-old, an old man like this crawling on them, cutting the little girl, thingy and call it culture. Any serious, genuine pain that the children of this community is going through anymore from now on, I pray that all of you that are going to watch and not to support will have the pain too in another way around. Just like he said that me and people that are talking for this pain to end, he's praying for us to have pain and trauma. and trouble, bad stuff happened to us for condemning this. Me too, I'm praying all of you that is watching me and you're not going to do nothing about the video. You're just going to cross your hand like you have no fingers. Me too, I pray that the karma, my own karma, and the other people that are going through this, their karma will haunt you for promoting his behavior and will haunt him too. But me, I will talk. I will never ever have my mouth, have my internet and not talk to protect children when it's free to talk to protect children. Just like they having the energy to go on the street campaigning for children vagina to be cut and for children to have marry at 13. They have the energy to go on the street campaigning. They have the energy to make so that come back to the parliament until this week coming. They have to vote yes or no. They have to do all that hard work just for the little girl vagina to be and for the little girl to get married at 13. They have the energy to make sure that it's going to happen. But you that is watching and me, we will not have energy to talk. We will not have energy to like and share. We will not have energy to even support video that is going to talk. But they have energy to go under the sun in Africa in the middle of the day, really hot. They go there, the women wearing long, hot hijab. They on the sun, la ilaha illallah. These people want to take away our deen. La ilaha illallah, leave us alone. What they saying that for? They say underage marriage and FGM. They're on the street of Africa for that, Gambia. Going to the parliament for that, doing videos, doing interviews for that. And you're watching. But you will not have one tiny energy to stop that. Any energy that someone have to do evil, you should have more energy to stop the evil. That's why we have police in every country, have law in every country to protect the people and pay them money for that. And you're going to run and come to those land that will protect their citizens. You run and come here and be hiding, drinking your coffee, watching me right now talking, and you will not like, you will not see her. You are an asshole and you're very wicked and you will never get away with it. Whoever the hell you are that is watching this video right now, especially if you're from Africa, Gambia, and you're watching this and you're not going to like, you're not going to share just because you like the children going through this, you're very evil. I pray the children karma and my own karma that I've been through growing up with no childhood because I was getting married. I was married off before I was 10 years old to a man this old. My own pain and trauma that I'm crying every single time when I'm talking about it and you're recording me, bullying me, posting it on your page, calling me depressed. I pray that God will give you genuine stress, genuine pain, worse than mine and the children that these people are making so they're depressed so you can bully them with their depression. These children that these people are making so they have depression because not just they're going to cut their vagina, cut their clitoris, but they're going to marry them young, give them children, abuse their ass, and then jump to the next child because they're addicted to children. That's why they're so depressed, video or not. African women are depressed because people neglect us, beat us, torture us, essay us, and nothing gonna happen. Because we are our own enemy. Look at the video now. Look at how the African woman is like. It's like they have no fingers. It's like they're not even in the video. Lot of African women, they go to videos where they're insulting African women. Either two of them are arguing, or another man that hate women is doing video like people like Soti Jame and other asshole men in the community doing video saying such happened, they this and this. The African women, Gambia, Senegal women will be there tapping, cheering, laughing, sending hearts, sending money donation. The video will have 10,000 views, 5,000 views, 3,000 views, 1,000 views is very small for Gambia and Senegal community just because they're insulting women, especially old women. Because whenever they have problem with you, they're going for your mother. Either your mother is dead or alive. They're always going for your mother. I'm going to cut your mother's V. I'm going to put my hand in it. I'm sexing your mom now. I'm eating her vagina now. I'm cutting it now. I'm doing this. This is how our community talks, especially men, but even women. Even me, they just don't like my videos because I don't say that. No matter how angry I am, I don't say that. That's the reason why they don't watch me. If I was saying that to this man now or to them, you see how the video will have 1,000 views. They love the type of video that is abusing women, especially the old women that are either dead or they're alive, but they don't even know TikTok. They have nothing to do with the problem. But because they hate women, they always go for the old woman or the young woman. They hate old women and young women. And a lot of them, they fake for saying that they love their mothers. They don't. When you love your mother, that means you love women. You look at everyone like your mother. You're going to know that this young girl is going to be a mother tomorrow. My wife is somebody's mother or might be a mother tomorrow for the most part. And when you respect mothers, which is your mother, you will not tell someone your mother this, your mother that, so they can say that to you back. It's like you're buying the insult for them to give you it. Keep tapping and sharing. Let me block this person. Keep tapping and sharing, or any of you that is watching this video. I pray, just like he said that he's praying for people that is talking for this to end. to have something bad happen to them. Me too, I'm praying from my core that any of you that is watching this video on purposely, you're not going to tap and see it on purpose just because you're wicked like him. I'm praying that my karma of underage married pain will haunt you for watching other children repeat the pain because you like it. You're contributing to the pain now because you're too evil to even support the fact that this have to end. You cannot support that. So you're contributing to the pain now. You love it. You're like him. The fact that the little girls have to be laid down and put razor blade on them to their click. I pray also the pain and suffering that the little girl have to go through for that will haunt you too. You that is promoting that and him. Just like he said, he's praying for people fighting that to have something bad happen. Me too, I'm praying for you guys that is promoting this, something really horrible happen to you guys. The pain that we've been through, we're the victim of this. I pray God to double that pain and put it to you guys. And you guys will regret your entire generation. And let's keep going. Let's keep going. He keep praying for people that is fighting for this to end. Me too, I keep praying. And you guys continue to watch and not to do anything. And we keep going and see where this is going to end. Me, Ami, I keep telling you guys this all these years. One day, you guys will get up and realize that this system of this community, across Africa, our system, our way of bringing up children, our way of looking at women and children is our enemy. The torturing, the beating, the essay, the force or underage marriage in general, especially to a bad, evil man that is never going to love and respect you. And you know it. 90% of the chance, then they don't. The essay, the beating, the lack of education for children, the neglecting children and women in general is our enemy, and you know it. A country, a nation that cannot respect women and children and give them their basic human rights will never develop, will never have successful people. Because those women and children, they're going to grow up, be adult. And you teach them how to neglect themselves and how to neglect others. And they're going to grow up behaving like that. And you're not going to like the results. So you're the enemy of Africa. Any of you that is promoting this, you are the enemy of Africa. But it's not fair that when we create the bad Africa, we run from it and come to another land where we're not even wanted. You are suffering too much. You see, my God help with your, my God help, my God be with you, my prayer. You see these asses. You see this asshole pedophile, asshole pigs. You see this? I pray that all of you that is watching this video and you don't support the video, you don't like it, you don't share it, you don't do nothing because you like this. I pray that you will never see peace. I pray like he said that us that is fighting for this to end shall never have peace. I pray too that you guys that is promoting this will never ever have peace. My own karma of my childhood that was ripped away from me by an asshole like this man, marrying young people, this man standing here right now promoting 13 years old to get married, and you expect me that was married or before I was 10 to watch this to happen? This war, you guys pray that this is never going to go on. If this go on and they say yes to this, billahi wallahi tallahi, the type of disrespect this man and all of you will face, including the Gambian president and the whole of Gambian government, the whole of Gambia, the type of disrespect you will face if this bar is removed, if the government say yes to this. Okay, it's not long. They don't say on the 18th. On the 18th is not far. Let's go. You guys are pedophile, asshole, fucking piece of shit, and I'm gonna say it. I don't care how you're gonna feel. If you don't like it, you stop doing it. You cannot still be sleeping with young people, promoting that physically, campaigning for that, and adults are going to be asshole and watch you because we are coward, hypocrite, and we're not well in the head. Especially us that have children. All of you that is watching me now, you want your 13-year-old to have this man climbing, crawling on them, sexing them. You want that? You want your 13-year-olds to have a man like this climbing on them, crawling on them, sexing them. I'm asking you, any of you watching this video, you want that? If you want that, you're not well and you don't deserve a child. So how the hell, if you don't want that, you want it for other people? Some of you are very evil. That's why you can never ever have peace in life, and your day is coming. Some of you, you run away from the suffering in Africa that this type of people are creating. And then you're sitting here to create the suffering, to add to the suffering, to promote the suffering. for the innocent people that don't have the power to be here like you, especially the young, vulnerable children. A lot of you are abroad, including this man. A lot of his children are in America and abroad, okay? And they will never get married at 13. I am sure. A lot of you are here, your children will never get married at 13. Even if someone pay you millions of money. Especially to an old man that's going to neglect their entire generation. Or even if they're not old. For a man that for 90% of the chance going to regret, the woman going to regret why they marry this man for the 90% of the chance. Because when they marry you, what they're going to do, after 5 years, even before 5 years, you're already old. Especially when you give birth. And if you don't give birth, it's a problem too. They're insulting you, blaming you that you cannot give birth as if that's your fault. Okay? But when you give birth, they also call you old. They're looking for a young person. You even hear them in the video saying that when a woman gives birth, when you are in her room, it's going to smell children and going to smell pee. Just going to smell children, you know, like, and they're busy with the children. So we had to go and have a girlfriend. They say this in the video physically. These women of the community, they're not well. They are their own enemy. Look at them, how they have time to buy every bleaching cream in the world. Have time to buy the longest hair in the world, even if they cannot afford it. Have money for the most expensive handbag, even if they cannot afford it. Have money to go to every party, even if they cannot afford it. Even if they hate the person that is doing the party. Now, look at them if they will put quarter of that energy. Look at the energy they will put on beating their children, shouting at their partner, even just arguing because they have chronic depression and injustice from a young age until now. Especially injustice of bad marriage. Because the men promote bad marriages. They know that. Now, look at how when you're talking for them to have peace and for the children especially to not repeat this pain. Look at how they're going to be so wicked. They're jealous of the children to not repeat that pain. That's how I see it. Because this is not ordinary. No community of a normal, healthy woman will be watching a man like this, who is a very influencing man, big influencer, because he's a big imam. A lot of people follow him, and he's on the street campaigning for 13-year-olds to get married, and for girls to be FGM, and every single girl have to be like, removing their clitoris in the name of culture and Allah. Every single girl that is from this type of people, especially this type of tribe, like Mandinka tribe and other tribe that do it more, but Wolof do it too, but the Mandinka tribe in Gambia do it more. They're going to make sure that the whole community, the whole tribe don't have any clitoris. So then because they're doing that, they're going to lie and say, this is why you don't have it. And their lie are that if I don't cut it, you're going to like sex too much, you cannot keep yourself. For example, that idiotic woman that was in Soti Jame's live video that I told you about today. Yeah? That woman was saying that I don't know, some of her friends, something like this, that because they're not caught when she was a teenager or when she was young or something like this. Remember, something like this, she was explaining as the story that there was some women that, or some women in general that when they're not caught, they cannot keep their leg. But she was explaining this particular story of women who cannot keep their legs. They're like, oh, I'm going to go and have sex. Yeah, I miss sex. Yeah. And she was like, me, I'm divorced for years and I've not done nothing because I'm circumcised. She's lying. I am divorced for years and I don't have sex. And I am not circumcised. Lot of people from Sierra Leone are circumcised and they are whores standing on the street selling themselves. Lot of people from Gambia, Nigeria or other tribes, the circumcised people, they are circumcised and they are whores standing on the street selling themselves. Some people that are not circumcised can also be whores standing on the street. When you just don't know how to keep yourself, you don't know your value as a woman, you just don't know it. Doesn't matter circumcised or not. But these people will say everything to make sure this practice is going to keep going, guys. The amount of energy these people put on this practice continuing. Billahi wallahi, these people will never get away with this. These people, God will hunt them. This karma of the innocent people will hunt them. They will never see peace. And they will have a really bad ending before they die. Let's watch. Because they know now this is wrong. It's not like olden days. They know now this is called abuse. They know now this is not good. And a child shouldn't endure certain pain, especially the girl when you're cutting her body. Is different from the man that you're cutting the skin. The girl you're cutting the actual body. They know everything. But they will not talk. And when you talk, they will not support your talk. And when this type of people are on the street campaigning for this, they will say yes to that. So the karma will never ever leave them. This is different from our grandmothers that don't know this was wrong. They didn't know. Why they didn't know? Because they didn't talk about it. Keep tapping and sharing the video, or you get out of the video. Or the karma of me and the people that these people are cutting and underage marrying will haunt you. Just like he said, that people like me that is fighting for this to end, he's praying for us to have karma. Me too, I'm praying. Any of you that are watching my video, wherever you're watching it from, and you don't tap and see, especially if you're from Gambia or African community in general, and you're just human in general, and you know that's wrong for little girl people to cut off her clit and to marry her at 13. If you know that that is wrong, and you're watching this video on purpose, you're not going to tap and share. And me too, I'm praying the karma of those little girls, including my own karma that I was married of before I was 10 years old, to a man this old. I pray me too for that to haunt you. Block me and go. Or you tap and share the video. This is insane. But the whole world will know who you are. Billahi Gambia, this year, this is your time, this is your year. The whole world will know who you guys are now, from now on. Gambia. If you know what's cooking on the ground, the whole world will know who you are. Gambia, the whole world will know that you love young people and that you are the number one pedophile in the world. The whole world will know why your country is a sex land, sex tourism land, and people are sleeping with the older people and writing it on the news everywhere. The whole world will know that you are the number one lover of young person. You are the one that every young person grew up in the Gambia. You will make sure you essay them. Either you marry them or not, you will touch them. The whole world will know you, Gambia. Let's go. Pray for this bar to continue being banned. If this bar is removed, you guys are vanished. I've been fighting for this forever, especially now that I have an organization about this. My organization is to ban childhood trauma. For childhood trauma to end, man or woman. And for the children to have school education. Childhood trauma to end. Serious beating to end, essay to end, underage marriage to end. Underage marriage is essay. You just marrying your victim because you're a pedophile pro max. You're not just pedophile, you're a pedophile pro max. Because you're a pedophile that is hiding behind Allah and culture to marry your victim. You marry 13-year-olds when people are going to prison for people that are older than 13, and you're gonna marry 13-year-olds, sexing them happily every night. And men have different manhood. Doesn't matter if your manhood is giant, you're gonna, ruin the 13-year-old's vagina, and people gonna watch you because people are sick. I'm not gonna watch. You guys that is watching this and you're not gonna talk, you have karma. Like he said, he's praying for people that are talking to have karma. Imagine me that is talking, for example, for this to end, saving the little girls so they can grow up and be normal and successful and have a school education, learn self-love and just be normal human being. Imagine if I can have karma for that. He's saying he's going to pray for people that are talking to have karma. Now, what about him and you guys that is promoting that? Look at the double karma you will have. Look at the amount of karma you will have if I will have karma to save the children. Look at the karma you have that to promote the suffering You that is promoting pedophilia. You that is promoting total child abuse to lie the child down and get rid of her clit. And you call it culture. You hate culture. Our number one culture is to eat with hand. Do you promote that? Our number one culture is to carry stuff on our head. Do you promote that? Our number one culture is to go farming. Do you promote that? How many of you is farming? How many of you is going to the farm now farming? Keep tapping and sharing the video, or you get out of the video, or you will have my karma and the karma of these children that they're going to make sure that they have no clitoris, and they're going to make sure they get married at 13 for adults like this to crawl on them. Okay? The karma of those will haunt you guys that is watching and not doing nothing just because you're like him. These people, they're not joke. They have their army behind them to make sure they torture and suffer women and sleep with children left, right, and center. Because the community women are sick. Give him birth for free. And watching them torture the children and sleep with them. Like we're not well. You have energy to shout on your children all day. You have energy to beat your children even. Unnecessary beating. You have energy to effing bleach your skin. Buy clothes you cannot afford. Go to a party that you shouldn't even go. Or you don't want to be there. But you will go. Spend your money there. You have energy for all the wrong thing. Until where your energy needs you. Which is to save yourself and your children. Every child here is your child. especially from stuff you've been through yourself. Your mother been through it, your family member been through it. You watching little girls going through it now. You cannot save children from that. You're a coward and you're very wicked and you shouldn't be a woman. Woman is not for just effing, no. Woman is for telling the truth to save women. Because women are vulnerable. Everywhere in the world knows this. This is why the West have this type of system to save women. This is why they're like this. This is why they develop. They don't have the karma of women like you. They don't have the karma of children like you. That's why they develop. They cannot build a land alone. But you are a coward and you're wicked and you're weak. So you think that when you allow women to have freedom and to go to school and you don't sexually abuse them, you don't abuse them here too, then they can focus and function properly without the stress and distraction of stress. So then they can be a normal human being. You thinking that then they will not allow you to be manipulating them, marrying anybody you come across, sleeping with children, treating them anyhow, neglecting them. They will not allow that. You're thinking about that. That's why you don't want to allow that. But the women themselves who knows exactly why you are the way you are and promoting what you are promoting. But the women are not going to fight for that to happen. They will have karma. They're adult. They know human right. They know this is wrong. Especially the women are brought here. They've seen human right. They experience human right. They know why Africa is not moving. They know what you're doing, what is called. But they will never stand up and fight. They will never stand up and support anyone that is fighting. And they're dying from this thing. They have chronic depression from you letting them down, essaying them, cutting their clit when they're a baby, you cutting their clit, torturing them, beating them, marrying their mother, suffering her. Because you like young people. Anytime you have a wife, 5 years later, she's too old for you. Because you're addicted to young people. When I say you, I mean all of you that is like this man. It's not just this man and his mindset. All of you that is like him. I'm talking to you guys. Keep tapping and sharing, or I'm going to end the live soon because it's not good when you're watching me and you're not going to tap and share and you leave me with this asshole haters. I'm going to block this man too. It's good. It's painful, but it's good when you guys typing like this to promote this. You're telling the whole world that you guys are pedophile and this is why you cannot get a visa. This is why your ass getting deported because you guys are a pedophile. 90% of you. 90% of you are pedophile and you don't even hide it. Look at how these asshole pegs are coming in the comment, commenting, supporting this, insulting me for saying that don't marry 13-year-old, that's pedophile. And that means you want somebody under 13, which you always do. That's why I was married off before I was 10 to a man this old. And then you want the little girl to be FGM, cut off their clitoris. I'm telling you, stop doing that. And you see this asshole peg men and even women, you see how they're going to watch me like they're dead. They're going to support the video. And you see the nerve, the effing nerve, the ones with the nerve, the double mad, the idiotic Pro Max one. Watch them how they cannot even hide their idiotic behavior. They're going to type it. They're going to type it. Just watch it. Just don't worry, guys. I'm going to continue speaking English from now on. You know exactly who the Gambians are. Gambian and Senegalese people. Especially Gambian. Right now, I'm talking about this because this is a current affair in Gambia that I'm focusing on right now. Until on the 18th, let's see the decision. If the decision is made and they're coming to say yes, it's going to get worse. But I'll also be talking about any current affair, Senegal current affair that is worth my time. Because I talk about both current affairs. These two countries, Africa in general, why Africa will never develop is that African people themselves are not well. I am not included. I am one of the 2% that is awake. The rest of the African people, they're not well. Their energy is for eating, having sex with the wrong people, effing talking on WhatsApp all day, especially with the wrong people, effing buying stuff they cannot afford, bleaching, dancing, buying the longest wig, buying the most expensive jewelry, stupid stuff like a depressed person that they are. But now when they have to talk about the reason why they're depressed to begin with, then they're like a 5-year-old, they're like a effing miserable coward that they are going back. Like, hey, they're going to insult me. They're going to call me name. Oh, they're going to say I don't have respect. You don't have respect. You're just a coward and you're very wicked. Lot of you saying I don't have respect. I have more respect than you. Billahi wallahi ta'ala. Ask people who know me. I'm just not fake. And I'm not going to watch someone that is promoting pedophilia and abuse of girls and I'm going to call it respect. So let me quiet because respect. It's not called respect. It's just called you're not going to protect the children, either because you're wicked like this man, or you are a weak asshole plus wicked as well. But doesn't mean that you have respect. I'm going to go soon. Do you see this person, this Karamo person? They all the same. Karamo Sise. That's a very typical Mandinka name. A lot of the Mandinka men, they're like this man. They hate women and children.
Hello, my sister.
Yes, hello.
Emanyadi.
Fine, you have to talk English only. Keep tapping and
Yeah.
sharing the video, guys.
I'm very sorry. I want to ask for this something. But this part, you want to talk for this part, please remove for this picture. I beg
No, I
you.
cannot remove the picture.
Yes, I know you are for all mom. So please remove for this picture.
No, I'm not going to remove the picture. He's promoting Peter failure and abuse of children.
How many long I want to see you in social media? Now it's almost a five good years.
It's not 5 years that I'm doing video. It's 7 years now.
Okay, please
So
remove
what
for
that got to
this
do with
part.
this?
No, I want to ask you, please.
I'm not going to remove the picture. He is a very
Okay.
known public figure. Everyone knows
No, no,
him.
no.
He's a
It's
very
okay. It's
popular
okay.
person and he's an
It's
imam.
okay.
Everyone knows him. So why are you having problem with his picture? This was on the news. I got this picture from the news, from
No,
Facebook
wait,
News. What's on
wait,
Gambia?
wait.
So
I mean
go
all
and
of
tell what's on Gambia to remove it.
wait me.
You know what? Go
People
and get out. You're like him.
no people they respect.
You see, this is the problem. All of these people are peg, pedophile, asshole, piece of shit. But guys, this is gonna be very tough. You know why? Because the whole world now will know why Gambians are like the way they are. Just know that if you guys are promoting this, you're doing it to yourself. Especially some of you that are abroad or want to come abroad or have children and family members who want to come abroad. You're showing the whole world that you're a pedophile. That's all. Nothing else. What he's doing, pedophilia. What he's promoting, pedophilia. 13-year-olds to especially husband. You have to marry a 13-year-old. This whole world with women, you don't have nobody to marry apart from 13-year-old. 13-year-old. You have to crawl on 13-year-old. That's what you're campaigning on the street, to crawl on the chest of 13-year-old. All of you that are coming here promoting this, you're just showing the whole world that you're a pedophile yourself. And this is why you're getting deported every day. And this is why you're being denied visa every day. Because you're in a land where they don't abuse women like you are doing. But because you're so sick, you forget that or you don't care. You're in a land that don't abuse women like you're doing. Because people here, they know the consequences of what you're doing. What you're doing is why you can never be developed. You love children and you hate women. You love children and you hate women. So you will not give children peace so they can grow up to be the good. Let me charge my phone. It's about to finish. You love children and you hate women. And then you want to come to a land where they're doing the opposite. In this land, when someone is a pedophile, they have consequences. In Gambia, you can marry your victim and that's it. This man in Gambia right now is a very popular imam. He have a bunch of army around following him. Because he teaches them Quran. A lot of them, they learn Quran through him over the years. He's been doing that for years. He have like a lot of them that he's teaching Quran for years. Where he's teaching them Quran. When they're teaching the children Quran, they beat them, torture them. If you see how they're beating these children, billahi, for not reading surah, for not reading the Arabic language, this particular surah correctly, or it's taking a couple of days and you've not finished this surah. If you see how they're beating these children. When I was in Gambia not long ago, just in November, I came back, the beginning of December. One child that is disabled, the Dara where he was learning Quran is not far from my house. The child is disabled. They punished him until he was unalive for not being able to read particular surah. Do you think if they would do that to a disabled child, what about the rest of the people? The amount of torture and essay that people go through to these places they're learning Quran is insane. He knows that. Them that watching knows that. Them that watching, a lot of them been through these things, I'm telling you. Are they going to come in the video now and talk about it and say, you're right, this is wrong? No. Watch them. Watch them how they're going to come here and telling me to shut up. Even the ones that telling me to remove this man picture, they've been tortured in places where they learn in Quran. If in SA, torture to death. That's why African men are the way they are. Because African men go through torture and essay and horrible behavior growing up. Lot of them. And they can never stop that for the young people because they're very weak. Don't see African men. African men are the weakest men in the world. 90% of them. Especially Gambian men. And Senegal men too. Don't just look at them like this. They're very weak. They have nerve for sex with the wrong people. They have nerve for lie. They have nerve for eating like a horse all the time. They have nerve for all the wrong thing. Until they have nerve for the truth. They have nerve to cross the sea dying like a fish. It's not because they have nerve. They hate themselves. Because they've been through too much trauma that they forget their worth and who they are. That's why they're crossing the sea like a fish and having sex with the wrong people as an adult like a piece of shit. Because they treat them like a piece of shit growing up. But it's not they have nerve, like they have confidence or they have, no. Why is when they're angry, they want to get rid of everyone? Because they have depression. It's not that they have nerve. Now watch when they have to use their nerve on the right place, where their nerve is dying, craving that attention. They will be like, especially when it comes to them doing something for the children to have peace and justice. They will be like this. They call you name for doing that. They isolate you for doing that. Call you rude. If you know the amount of videos men doing for me all these years and women for fighting for Gambia and Senegal women. All these years I've been talking in my language. That's why I don't do this type of video here, like talking about stuff. I'm not used to that doing live videos here. You're not used to that either. Because I've been doing it on my wall of page, although I have this page for years. I talk about current affairs, Gambia and Senegal, just like the way this is a current affair. Something that I know especially that is not good for women and children, or like this is the reason why we're not developed, I always focus on those things. Especially something to do with childhood abuse, childhood trauma. And they always calling me rude, talk a lot, because you're married young, you're depressed. And then they have this imam saying that people must marry young by force. If you don't do that, when you die, nobody should come to your funeral. This man said that people who don't give their children to get married at 13 and FGM the girls, when they die, nobody should go to their funeral. When they selling something, don't buy. When they have a party, don't go, just because they don't do this to their children. So he's not forcing people to do it. They say that I'm forcing people to stop it. They're making live videos. Today, people like Soti Jamme, the ass old man that live in Sweden. That sort idiotic man live in Sweden. And then, some of these women, for example, like that effing pygmy bitch that was in that video today was saying that I am divorced, but when I was married, I give birth 3 times and my vagina don't have problem and I'm cut. And when I'm having sex, I enjoy and I'm cut. That bitch. She was talking about women that, are not cut. They cannot have enough of sex, blah, 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 lying. Just so those wicked men in the video will be clapping for her. That those particular bitches in this community is the reason why we cannot get anywhere. They hate themselves. Even after these men deal with their asses. Why is he divorced? Why is he divorced? Let her tell you. They're still protecting these men. A lot of them are divorced and still protecting this wickedness. Or suffering in the marriage 10 years, 20 years and still protecting this wickedness. And you know what their excuse are? Oh, the West, you're talking like you're from the West. You have a Western mind. My phone is not even charging. I am so you're paid for talking. They say that when you put our phone like this and talking, because of you have a kind heart and you've been through hell and you don't wish that for the young people like a normal, decent adult will do. They say the white people pay us money for this. Guys, did the white people pay you money for you on your TikTok talking until you have a headache because your community is sick and abusive? And you know what they're doing is why they cannot develop. And you have a kind heart. You want to make a change like other people are doing, like a normal human being. Did the white people pay us money for that? I wish. I wish. But because they're too evil and wicked, whatever you do, they think is money because they cannot do nothing for natural. They cannot do nothing that is good for free. They don't have a heart. So they don't understand how you have that heart. I swear to Allah, they think I'm getting paid for this. They think I'm getting paid for this. I register my organization with my own pennies. The only money I get for my organization is that money that the $10,000 that the Gambian woman donate, that Gambian woman in Tangier that I was looking for donation for. That woman that have 5 children and cannot even have soap towards the clothes. You saw the video. I make a donation video looking for money for him. No, for her. Nobody donate her. Only one single woman and one Gambian man. The man donate her 2 bed. She have no bed. And just before the Ramadan, the man give her 1,200, something like this, for her to buy rice. Apart from that, it's the woman that give her $10,000. She paid $1,000 on my organization bank account. That's the first money my organization ever get since I registered it 4 months ago. I withdraw the whole $10,000. I told my agent, my secretary, to go and withdraw the whole $10,000. I have to even give her transport money to go and give it to the woman. Count it on the video, and I post the video. You saw it. You guys hate my God. You never donate on my organization. A lot of you hate my God. A lot of the women hate my God because I talk about skin bleaching and I talk about serious child beating to stop. And I talk about us that is dancing on the internet, shaking our bum for this type of men who are our enemy, to learn how to dance normal dance instead of inappropriate dance, because we have young people that are more beautiful than us and have to go to university and focus in life instead of shaking like a cheap whore. And then they said I'm bad, and why am I saying that? But then when Sadio Mane got married, all of the men come to the live video and saying that you guys are whores, you're dancing like a whore in the internet, I will never marry you. None of you will get married by us. We're gonna marry a young girl like Sadio Mane did. Kek, you guys are whores. I was like, I told you these bitches are your enemies. You think I'm joking? Now, who was liking all this video you're seeking all these years? Tick, and they take. Now they say you are a whore, that's why you're doing that. After they've been watching you effing jumping themselves like the whore they are. You don't know when a man is evil. He can make like he's your friend as long as you're serving him, as long as you're doing what he like, until when you need him, and he will forget your entire generation and call you a whore. Look at when Sadio Mane got a whore. They said, we're going to get married to a young person that nobody knows. And just, so you guys that are dancing like a whore, nobody is going to marry you. Ask them. Ask the Gambia and Senegal women. It was like a current affair like this. They were all talking about it. The men making videos, making live videos, making small videos, all saying the same thing. I have to make a live video about it. I was like, insane. You should be focused on the fact that this girl is underage, arranged marriage, and that shouldn't happen. She was kept for him for years until she's grown old. That's wrong. But instead, you're focusing on insulting women that are dancing, shaking bum for you, and you're liking the bum this whole time, you effing bitch. They never will protect women. And when you protect women, they say you're evil. They call me evil all the time. Call everyone that is protecting women evil and, what's it called? Feminism, whatever the hell feminism is. Just this and that, depressed, not married, nangam. Jealous, nangam. They will say everything to protect what they're doing. But us, we will never put half of that energy to fight this evil behavior. Us, the community. We will never put half of the energy that these people are putting on their work. This man will say everything, for example, and say that it's Allah and it's culture. Again, I'm going to go. I don't want this video too long. I'm going to remind you, Allah and culture. It's not why you guys marry young people, and it's not why you guys are doing this. It's just because you guys like children, you're a pedophile, and you hate women. Those two. You like children, you're a pedophile, and you hate women. That's why you're going to make sure that the child, you cut her, give her trauma, beat her serious beating, neglect her and her mother even. You cannot be there with her and her mom. You're always busy looking for another woman. And these women that are behind you, they know this. Keep tapping and sharing the video. I'm going to go soon, but still keep tapping. It's not good when you're just watching and you don't tap. Thank you for 5 of you that share it, but you have to keep tapping and sharing. I don't do a lot of live videos here. That's why I'm not known on this page, but I'm going to be doing more live videos here from now on. So don't worry, guys. Keep tapping and sharing. Again, reminding you guys that is using Allah to FGM the girls and to marry the underage girl. It's not Allah, that's why you're doing it. All of you that are doing it across Africa, any country that is doing this. No. Some of you are doing it because your manhood is this size. And you think if you don't do it, the woman is going to be too big for you. Even though that's not the case, women are different sizes, just like men are different sizes. Some of you are using the excuse that if you don't do it, her clit is going to be so long that she cannot wear jeans. When she shouldn't even wearing jeans, especially when she's Muslim, she shouldn't be wearing jeans that people will be seeing outside. You should be promoting women that are wearing jeans that people seeing outside to stop wearing that. Because those two don't go together. We are Muslim, we are doing this for Sunnah, and that we are Muslim, if we don't cut this, it's going to be too long that you cannot wear jeans because the jeans will touch the thing. Like the story that this man liked to explain. There was one girl who was wearing jeans and she couldn't wear it because the thing was so long that touching the jean. So when she had the operation, then she couldn't wear jean comfortably. He loved explaining the story all the time. So he's saying that this thing is very nice. I'm going to make your vagina nice and clean and comfortable. Keep tapping the video. I'm not saying you guys tap in the video and this is not good for you to just watch. Like I always remind you guys, whenever I'm talking about something like this and you guys don't tap and see, you will have karma. Because he said people that are talking for this to stop, they're going to have karma. He's going to pray for them to have karma. People like me. Me too, I'm praying for you and him to have karma from my own childhood that was taken away from me, and I was underage married before I was 10 to a man this old. And the other 13-year-olds or younger than 13-year-old, because if he can say 13, he can have younger than 13. The other children that they're going to continue marrying and crawling on them because they're pedos. Them and you that want that. And the children that you are lying down and FGM in them. Me too, I'm praying that their karma and our real genuine tears will haunt you guys forever. Me too. Anyone that is watching this video and you're not tapping and sharing on purpose, I pray that you have the karma of children that people going to crawl on them when they're young because the adults are neglecting them. People going to give them severe pain when they're young because the adults are watching, the adults are wicked and useless. What's the point of us in this life when we cannot protect children? And we were young before. And the power that you have now and refusing to give it to children can be taken away from you anytime. You can have an accident or God forbid, anything can effing happen to you, stroke or anything, and you effing gonna need help. I work in a nursing home before. You don't want to end up where people have to help you. Without one life. And your life can change anytime. Me, you, anybody. These children that you have power to help them and you're refusing, your power that you're denying them can be taken away from you any effing given time. And you're going to need people to effing feed your ass, clean your bum. Billah, you don't want to end up where human have to help you. You that refusing to help the children now, taking advantage of them, crawling on them, marrying them young, essaying them, cutting their private part and calling it culture. Mate, it's my business, it's none of your business, bullying. Billah, you don't want that to happen to you. You don't want the children what they need for you to do now, which is to protect them. You don't want to need that from somebody tomorrow. Billah wallahi. You don't want to know life. Go to nursing home and see what people are going through there. You will know. If life teach you lesson, you will know. Keep going. You're just wicked, do you? You're just promoting wickedness. All of you that are behind this, you're just promoting wickedness. Let's go. Life will teach you all your lesson before you die. These children that you have voice to talk, you refuse to talk. When someone is talking, you don't support. You don't do anything. You even bully the person for protecting them, clearly protecting them. You are seeing it live and you're behaving like you are mad because you're just double wicked. You will never get away with it. Me or not. Even if I was dead now tonight, billahi, you will see this pain. You will never have peace. You will not die without having this pain. Any of you that is watching these children to go through childhood trauma, their childhood ripped away from them by men like this, and you will not protect them, and you will not do nothing, and you do on purpose. You're not going to do it on purpose. And even when you see someone talking, you cannot even like and see it. You just like, just because you're so wicked, like you're not human. Be like one light and like you will see it before you die. You see it. Because this is not a joke. If this happened to you growing up, you know that shouldn't happen. You know you wish someone was talking like this and doing something about it so they can save you. So now, if that doesn't happen to you, why you wish it for another child? And if that happened to you, why you want what happened to you to happen to another child? You are a bitch and you're very wicked, whoever you are, if you're a man or a woman. To be a man is just to have, not just to have a manhood, it's to have a man mind. Man mind is to love and protect. That's why God gives you the power to protect humans. When there's a danger, you protect them. Not you creating the danger on them for your selfish gain, to essay them, to call it married, and to cut their thing and call it culture and tradition when you hate culture and tradition. When I do comedy video eating with my hand, you call me dirty and mad. When I carry stuff on my head for comedy, you call me mad and I don't have a car and I'm poor and kek bullying me. And that's culture. That's number one African culture, is carry stuff and eat with your hand. You're a bitch. Whoever the hell you are watching this video and you're promoting this, you're a bitch. I don't care you're a man or a woman, you're a bitch. A man is not just you have a manhood standing and you're a man. No. A man is a mindset. Telling the truth, protecting, be loyal, kind. That's what being a man is. A man cannot be weak. And to do the right thing is not for the weak. To do the wrong thing is very easy. So when you're a man and you only agree with the wrong thing, you're very weak, you're a coward, you're not a man. And you will never get away with it. All of you that is behind this, billahi, before you die, you will see it. Keep going. You will never get away with this. You know human rights. You know what good and what's bad. That's why you're running abroad here. Because you want something good. But you will not create that good thing for vulnerable people in Africa. Especially young people. You cannot create that good thing for them, that peace and freedom, even if you cannot give them nothing. Just make so people don't torture them, cut their private thingy, essay them. You cannot talk for that. You cannot promote anyone that is talking nothing because you're so wicked, you're inhuman. Billahi wallahi tallahi, you will not get away with it. Keep going. Just let's watch. You will not get away with this. Again, before I go, I'm going to remind you guys. This man in Gambia, he's an imam called Imam Fatih. He said, if people don't FGM their daughters and give them husband at 13, when they die, nobody should go to their funeral. When they're selling something, nobody shall buy. When they have a party, nobody shall go because they're not Muslim. People should isolate them. So he's forcing everyone to do this. But me, when I'm talking, they said I'm forcing people to not do it. Do you see how wicked and idiotic these people are? Even if I was forcing to not do it, I should, because it's called abuse. But him saying that when people don't do it, when they die, people should not go. When they're selling something, don't buy. When they have party, don't go. Just isolate them in the corner because they're not Muslim. He's forcing everyone to do it, and you're not saying nothing to him. Me that is saying that this is abuse and this is pedophilia, me, I'm forcing people to do it. They always say that why people like Amy and other people are talking to force people to do it, to stop it, sorry. You cannot force people to stop it. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. You cannot force people to stop it. It's their culture. You're a hypocrite and you're an asshole peg. Our culture is eating with hand. I keep reminding you. How many of you have the gut to put the live video on and eat with your hand? How many of you? Lot of you, even if you pay, even if I pay you £1,000 now, you won't do it. Which means your culture is embarrassing and dirty and bad. You're ashamed of your culture. Okay? Which is you're eating with your hand, and that's sunnah. That's not just culture, it's sunnah. He said to FGM the girl is sunnah. Sunnah is a part of the deen that when you don't do it, Allah will not be mad at you. It's just an extra deed. It's like this is the Quran, this is the sunnah. When you do anything from the sunnah, so many sunnahs, by the way, which I'm going to repeat for you. I always repeat this for them and they have no answer when I talk to them. Okay, that's why they're reporting my page, watching me like they're dead, calling me name. Because whenever I put all of this for them, all of these questions and all of these things I put on the table, they have no answer apart from, oh, you're lying, oh, go and get married, you're mad, you're depressed, oh, yeah. That's the only thing they can tell me because they have nothing else to say. To eat with your hand is a sunnah. And when I do it, I do comedy video eating with my hand. I don't normally do it here, I do it on the other page more. I've not even do it regularly for a while now. When I do it, they said I'm dirty and I'm mad. The amount of bullying I got for that over the years. Ask people. It's just because me, I know this community is sick, so I don't mind them. And I know a lot of people do that, not just me. But ask people, they will record my video, repost it, take a picture, laughing, bullying me, calling me all kind of names for eating with hand. And that is our culture, the typical number one culture of cross Africa. Plus that is sunnah as a Muslim. Sunnah to eat with your hand. Okay, this is how fake, idiotic, asshole peg these people are. And you want me to respect these people? These people are our enemies. They only promote our trauma and pain. They hate us. And they will use everything to promote it. Look at how they're using sunnah to promote that. And culture to promote that. And when I eat with my hand, they call me dirty, mad, disgusting. Ask people if I'm lying. Ask the Gambian and Senegalese if I'm lying. They've been doing that to me for years. Okay, exactly. Now, listen to the reason why they're cutting the girls and giving them to get married, yo. Before I go, I'm gonna go soon. They like children, they hate women. They like children and they hate women, okay? That's why when the child is young, they're gonna beat her, torture her, cut her, do touch her, so she can have fear and not have confidence and just be like, yes, like a slave master and they son. So that when they marry her, when she's an adult, they will go and cheat, go and lie, even beat her, isolate her, don't talk to her, punish her, over control her, give her a lot of children, and she cannot even afford nothing, and they don't care. They always busy looking for another young person or another person in general, because they cannot have enough of women, because they don't know the value of women. When they have one woman and they don't know the value of her, they're looking for something else, because they don't know the value of what they have. So they cannot value and just like, oh, I love this, and just have this. They're like, because they're confused and crazy and depressed and hate women, and the society, program them like that from long time ago. And they know that. But the thing is, they're protecting that like a mad person, expecting everyone to protect that. No one is going to protect that. Every person, even the ones behind you, they know that is wrong. The ones behind you, man or woman, they know that is wrong and sickening. Okay? They just hypocrite, weak asshole, weak cat like you, but they know that is wrong. Now, listen to this other one. The other one, why they're cutting the girl and giving her husband young. They said if they don't do that, the girl gonna get married young. Sorry, gonna get pregnant. She's gonna have a baby that doesn't have a husband. If she have a baby without a husband, they say the baby is called bastard. Now, what they're doing, they always having sex outside of their marriage. 90% of African Muslim men have sex outside of marriage. So what is the cause of having a baby without marriage? Sex. What are they doing? Sex outside all the time. Either they have a baby or not. A lot of them have a baby outside. Some of them, the woman, they get pregnant, or the girls will abort the baby. Some of them, the girls are on pills or something, so they don't get pregnant. 90% of them have girlfriends that they're sexing all the time, or different girlfriends all the time. Keep tapping and sharing. You understand? Thank you. Keep tapping and sharing. Please stay safe. People are. That's fine. Me, I don't care. They unalive me. That's fine. They can do that. They unaliving people every day. They unaliving these children that they're taking their soul by essaying them, marrying them young. That is essay. Or just cutting their clitoris as a child before they're 10 years old, or just 10, or just after 10, but mainly before 10, from 5 to 10. That's their favorite age to do this. So they already taken every woman's soul in this community. So I don't think of that. They can do whatever. I don't care, as long as the truth is told and to save the children. So they can have the karma. I'm not going to stay here and have the karma of the children, repeating my pain and your pain, because we're all thinking about they're going to get rid of us. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. This is the reason why they're like this. So either they get rid of you or not, you will suffer. Because of this, if they marry you, this is why they marry you cheating, lying. This is why they marry you and you're either divorced or you're sitting in the marriage crying. This is the mindset that they have towards women and children. It's not a good mindset. They don't know the value of women. They don't respect women. They look at women like a piece of shit to just cook nice food for them and to give birth, especially sons, and to give them sex in bed, which is the way they want it, if you are lucky. Really bad husband cannot even sex you, or they will be like a sick chicken when they're sexing you, because they're too evil and they hate your God. And you know it. You're going through it. You that is watching me right now. Keep tapping and sharing the video, or you get out of the video. Like he always said, the people that is fighting this shall have karma. You too, if you are watching this on purpose, you're not tapping and sharing because you're supporting this. I pray you to have the karma of the young people that are going through this, including my own karma of my own underage marriage, and the 13-year-olds that he's forcing to get married right now. Okay? And the girls that he's forcing to make sure they have no clitoris. Their karma will haunt you too, that is promoting him. Yeah? Just so you know that, and let's keep going. I'm going to explain to you again, like I said, why they want the children to be FGM and to be underage married. They like children and they hate women. That's why when they marry you, you suffer 90% of the chance, because you're not children anymore. You're not the first night when they're breaking your thingy anymore. They only like the first night to break your thingy. They want you to be a virgin. That's why when they cut you, they close the hole so they can break the feet. They like the feeling of breaking the thing when they get married to you. I'm not saying children should go and have sex. No. But what I'm saying, you have to respect people, virgin or not. And if you want virgin, you have to talk about the essay that is going on. The essay is rampant in your community. Talk about it for that to stop so the children can be virgin, FGM or not. And then you talk to the children, make them know why they shouldn't have sex without marriage. And then you don't have to have 10, 20 children, 15 children, 8 children, and then have 3, 4, 5 wives, each one of them having massive amount of children that you cannot talk to, you cannot, control because it's too much. And then you're cutting their thingy and closing the hall and going crazy. That's not the way. They're not your piece of shit. They're not animals. Even animals shouldn't be treated like that. They're human. You should have the amount you can look after. You should have the amount of women and children you can look after. Lower your geese. Put your patient, your attention and your thing on them here. Don't keep, if you have this one, you jump looking for another. Keep focusing. When you have one, you focus on her and her children. Their excuse for having a lot of women is that, it's plenty of women. If you don't marry them, who will? They have to get husband, if you don't marry them, who will? As if they care for women. And they hate women. They have one woman that is crying. They have to house, clothes, feed her. Like Allah tell them. Keep tapping and sharing the video, or you block me and you go, or the karma of the youths and my own karma will haunt you. Like he said, people that is fighting this shall have karma for protecting the children. You too that is watching this and not doing nothing will have karma of the children that are going to be getting their thingy taken away and marry 13-year-old like this imam is saying to happen in Gambia by force, or there will be no peace. He's on the street of Gambia campaigning for that. They're going to vote yes or no this weekend, this week coming on the Parliament of Gambia. Okay? To thingy the little girls, FGM them, take out the clitoris, and also close the little hall until she get married so she can be virgin, and also to get her married at 13. And 99% of the chance he's going to regret the entire generation of why you marry her. Because 99% of the chance, the man will marry her and be cheating, lying, and jumping, marrying another young person. They're addicted to young people, married or not. Even if they don't marry, they essay you. It's rampant. The essay is rampant, married or not. They essay boy and girls. A lot of them are gay, but they hide. They just do it with the children. Rampant across Africa, especially Gambia and Senegal. Keep tapping and sharing. Now they will not talk, they will not condemn this, and they said me, I'm rude, that's why I'm talking. Them that is watching this evil behavior because they are like this, them they're good. Me that is talking like this, I'm rude. That's fine, no problem. Let's go. So I'm going to tell you again why they want to do that to the little girl. Because they want a virgin. They like young people, but they hate women. That's why they're going to beat the child, torture her when she's young, very strict and angry and beating because the mother is depressed, have a bad husband, bad marriage, lot of children, lot of family. The man have 3, 4 wives, lot of children, cannot look after them, just like don't care, and always focusing on the young people. They'll have 3, 4 wives and still having young girlfriend outside, seeing children also outside, the people catching them, seeing them, and sometimes they're on the news or just when people see them, most of the time, they call it sutura. Sutura is secret. Oh, don't talk about it. You're not alone. A lot of women been through this, and they'll tell the child, shh, never talk about what this person did to you or you'll be finished. And because they always beat the child, serious beating. And the children that are going to be saying, most of the time, their own mother or the own caregiver will tell them to never speak about it, open their eye on the child like this and warn the child. And because they beat the children, the child will be... Did that make sense to you, that your own child or child that you're looking after, somebody essay them and the person will tell you, I want this to be. Or sometimes they warn you that if anybody hear this, you regret it. They warn them physically sometime like this. Just because they're, for example, a big person. It could be anyone. Especially the big people. And the person will also warn the child and everybody just. They always do it to children, especially boys. A lot of them are saying that they're not gay, but they're gay, but they only do their gay behavior on children, especially little boys. Across Africa, Muslim countries. Rampant. And the adults know, and they're watching this. And now they get angry that I'm talking. They said, I'm exposing them, I'm bad. Them that is keeping the secret and is getting worse every year, them they're good. This is the reason why African men are the way they are. They go through trauma, serious beating, bad fathers, bad homes, lot of them, not all, but a lot of them, and the women to us. And this is damaging our society, damaging our Africa, damaging our mental health, damaging our success, damaging us in every single angle. And then they want us to just behave like a effing 5-year-old and be like, oh, if I talk, they'll say I'm bad. If I talk, they will not marry me. If I talk, they will say this. Who cares about all of that? Just stop what you're doing. That's it. Now, I'm going to remind you guys again why they're saying that they want the little girl to be FGM and they want to her to get married at 13. And then when the FGM her, they had to close the little hole. They normally use the blood with something and close it with this until she get married and they break it and then the husband will. And then they will do that for a bad husband, 99% of the chance. A lot of the husband that is marrying these girls, they don't care about her ass. They already have a wife, or they will marry her in the next 2-3 years, 5 years if she's lucky, they'll have another wife. Or 10 years if she's extremely lucky. They will marry her and they will marry another 1 wife, 2 wife, or 3 wife, or they have a wife that they're neglecting, jumping, marrying her for the most part, and then they're going to jump and marry somebody else, or they're going to focus on her if she's lucky for the next 5-10 years and neglect the other one with the children, you know. They just, for the most part, why she's keeping all of this for the husband is not worth it. This is what I'm trying to say. 90% of the chance, or at least 80%, 100%, the 80% of the chance, the 80% of these men that marrying these girls, 100% true that the 80% of these men that are marrying this tiny little virgin girl cross Africa Muslim countries, the man is not worth that. This is what I'm trying to explain. Keep tapping and sharing. Do you hear what I'm saying? 80% at least of these men that you're keeping your little virgin girl for. I'm not saying the girls to go and have sex. I'm not saying the girls shouldn't be virgin, but I'm saying you don't have to cut and close them for that man, for the girl to go through that pain, because the man don't give a F about the girl. He only want he only want to say that I'm the first person to go there. No one was there before me. They love that word, and that's it. After that, they treat her like a piece of shit. They cheating and lying, neglecting her. Lot of them, 8 out of 10, jumping to look for another virgin again, having girlfriends outside. Allah told you to house, clothes, and feed her. How expensive is that? Allah told you to not cheat. Allah told you to be nice and kind. Don't lie. Don't do anything horrible, which you're doing every day. All of these things Allah told you not to do. How many of you is giving your wife enough money for food? Nice, beautiful home that when people come, they'll respect her. Enough nice clothes, whatever she want her and the children. How many of you doing that? You give your wife like £1, £2, £3 money for food for a massive family. That is not even enough for one person to eat a decent meal. Keep tapping and sharing. You talk about Islam, you know nothing about. Do you hear this? This is what they always say. Whenever you tell them you're using the deen to abuse women and children, they say, you don't know what you're talking about. Even when you tell them, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam have a wife that was young, Aisha, they said, you don't know what you're talking about. They still tell you you are lying when you tell them you're copying the fact that Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam have a young wife. And you shouldn't copy him on that, because he did so many good stuff that you're not copying. And he hate the fact that you are cheating and lying. His Quran hate that. You're cheating and lying. His Quran hate the fact that you're not housing, clothing, feeding your wife. These 3 that he told you have to do this. Even if your wife is working, you shouldn't care about her money. You should do these 3 for her. House, clothes, feed her, and her children. How many of you doing that correctly? So when you ask them this question, they're like, you are lying. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't know that Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was married to Aisha when she was young. How did I not know that? I don't know also that I was married up to a man this old before I was 10 years old. I don't know that. So I don't know that this imam is campaigning on the street of Gambia for 13-year-olds to get married by force, and for little girls to be FGM by force. Because he said if the parent don't do that, when the parent is dead, nobody should go to her funeral or his funeral. That means he's forcing people to do it. I don't know what I'm talking about. All you guys, your behavior and the way you treat women that I'm talking about, I don't know. So I'm not from you guys. Okay? You're among these people. That's why you're saying this. So it's easy for you to blame me and call me you don't know what you're talking about than you agreeing with the truth. Because you're a coward and you're very wicked. And most likely you're a pedophile like this. You have this type of mindset. Pedophile. Anyone that want a 13-year-old to marry to is a pedophile. You cannot change that. If you don't want that, you have to stop demanding for young girls and promoting that and wanting the young girls. Keep tapping and sharing, guys. I'm going to go soon even because I don't want to do this video very late. Okay, so thank you for this person that is hearing, is tapping the video. Any of you that is here and you're not tapping and sharing, I pray for the karma of the young girls that people are sleeping with, and the people that people are essaying, the people that people are beating, serious beating, giving them childhood trauma in general. I pray their pain and karma will haunt you. Just like he said, people like me that is fighting this to stop. He's praying for us to have punishment from God. Imagine if God can punish us for us stopping the pain. Now imagine you and him that is promoting the pain, the type of punishment you have. Imagine you and him that is promoting this pain for the young girl, the type of punishment you have. Again, I'm reminding you, why they want the young girls to get married young? They like young girls, they like children, they're pedophile. I saw a lot of videos today, the men doing videos, and some videos women or women going on those videos promoting this. I'm not saying many videos today condemning this. Maybe it's happening, I don't see it. I saw many videos today promoting this. What are they saying? They even completely ignore the ones I see. I saw 3. The ones I see, they even completely ignore the underage married part. The fact that this man said that you have to get married from the age 13. Where's the video even? They completely ignore that. They're just focusing on the fact that people have to FGM the little girls. They didn't talk about the fact that he said people have to get married at 13. This one. Where's the picture of that one? Hold on, I'll bring it. This picture here. They completely didn't talk about the fact that hold on. They completely didn't talk about the fact that to get married young. They ignore that. So what they were talking about is that the FGM, the videos I saw. This one. I don't know if you can see this. Girls have to get married as young as 13. People have to get FGM. There will be no peace until the girls are FGM and people get married as young as 13. There will be no peace in Gambia until that happens, until the government normalized that. So, but when they were the videos I saw today talking, they didn't talk about this on the age married part. They brushed it under the carpet. They were talking about, oh, if you don't want FGM, you just leave it. And other people that want it will do it. And somewhere, like, what about people that do pieces? They have pieces, earrings and stuff, you know, pieces on their tongue, pieces on their vagina. So you have to attack those people and condemn them and tell them to not do that because they're also abusing their vagina. How come an adult that decided to have pieces is the same with the child that is not even 10 or they're just 10 and you line them down and cutting their clitoris? How you compare that? I'm talking to you guys. Is anyone watching? Anyone listening? Because I'm not seeing you guys tapping or sharing or supporting the talk. Anyone hearing me? Anyone here can understand English? Anyone hear this thing that I'm saying? Anyone hearing this thing that I'm saying? Any of you that is watching me and you are like this man and you promoting this, I pray that the pain of the children will haunt you, that you will never die without suffering like they suffer. The pain of the little girl that they're putting down to to take away their clitoris for no reason. The pain of the little girl that they're marrying and climbing on her every night for no reason. Because they have a community that is sick. And before 5-10 years, they don't want her ass anymore. They want another young girl. You know these people, how they are. You know what they're doing to you. You know what they did to your mother and your families. If he can say that people like me fighting for this to stop, he's praying for God to punish us. Me too, I'm praying for you guys that is supporting him and him, for you guys to have a karma from me and other victims. My own karma. You guys will have it. The pain that I grew up with, no childhood, because I was arranged married before I was 10 to a man this old. I pray me too that you guys will have that pain and the other pain that especially the young fresh children that have to repeat this pain that this man is making, so they repeat it. Even if he was dead now, the children will repeat the pain for no reason because you guys are, we kept watching this happen. This man is old, he can die anytime. But he already allowed this to happen. Even when he died, children are going to repeat this pain for no reason because we're not well to say no. Us adults, how old are we? In this generation, people are fighting for human rights for everywhere, even Palestine, everywhere. People are fighting for everywhere for human rights. Your own country, you cannot fight for human rights for women and children. You are an asshole. You're not human. Any of you that is supporting this, you're not human. That's like me, the way I was married young. I'm like, I was married young, that's fine. I did not die. So you can do it if you want. You're an asshole and you're wicked. Just because something happened to you doesn't mean that you have to repeat it. All of you that says that this is fine, I've been through it, you can do it. Any of you that say that you're an asshole and you're very wicked. Okay? Doesn't matter that what you've been through, you shouldn't wish that for somebody. When you say, I've been through this bad thing, but it's fine. So, and somebody else can go through it, that's fine. The moment you say that it's not fine, it's double bad because you're so traumatized. Your ass is so fucking traumatized that you're now become so evil and bitchy and wicked that you want that pain. Whatever you've been through that is injustice and pain, unnecessary fucking pain, you should be able to say that, okay, this is wrong. I've been through this. I'm lucky I've not died, or I'm lucky I did not have certain consequences compared to others. But still, this is so wrong, and I condemn this. And you should be able to get up and speak for that to stop. Or at least when you see someone talking, you support. But no, you will not talk. You will not support the talk. Or you will even open your ass and say that this is fine because it happens to me and it's fine. I'm still fine. Look at me. You're not fine. You're very wicked. That's why you're promoting pain for a young child. So how are you fine? How can a fine person say that this pain, this unnecessary pain, is okay for children to have it? Pain as serious as putting the child down and cutting her clitoris if they're a girl. Pain as serious as marrying a child, a 13-year-old, old man like this, or just a big man in general, marrying 13-year-olds and crawling on them. Getting them pregnant, getting them to be a wife, knowing fully well that 80% of the chance they're going to betray her the next 10 years, she's going to be crying. How the hell is that going to be normal? A normal, healthy person, we say that's fine. Exactly. Anyone that is promoting this nightmare, you are not fine. You're very wicked, and you will never get away with it. I swear to Allah, all of you will see this. Because right now, we all know injustice. Right now, we all know certain things we've been through is wrong. This and this is fine, but this and this is wrong. But we're going to be like an adult to tell the truth, to stop it from the children. But no, we're going to stand up and be like, this we've been through that is wrong. That's fine because it's our culture. It's this, as that. That's a fucking lie, by the way. We have a lot of good culture that is not harmful that we can promote. We can dress our African big dress. We can eat with hand. We can carry stuff on our head. We can do so many traditional stuff. We have traditional singing, traditional music, traditional talk, traditional stuff. I love my culture more than you. I talk traditional talk. I behave traditional way. But the effing putting the little girl down, cutting her clitoris, you call it culture. You love that one. You campaign for that. The underage marrying children because you're a pedophile, you promote that. Like this man and some of you that is behind this. You will never have peace. And this war, billahi wallahi tallahi. If this man managed to get this to say yes, guys will regret this war. You don't want to know what's coming for you. The whole world will know who you are. The karma of the children will haunt you guys and haunt the whole of Gambia. You know how Gambia is now, how things are bad. It's going to get worse. You should focus and campaign for children to go to school, children to grow up without childhood trauma. Stop people from touching the children, essaying them, serious beating them. Create programs that we talk about self-love and self-discipline. Teach the children the consequences of drugs, alcohol, and why they have to not near it. You don't have nothing to do to protect the children apart from causing them pain and trauma. So they can grow up neglecting themselves, having pain, revenging the pain the wrong way on themselves and just in general. Or just you marrying them, they continue suffering in your hands. When you marry them, you're cheating, lying, jumping on the next woman. All the time you're jumping to the next woman, neglecting their entire generation. You cannot afford them. You have to house clothes, feed them. You cannot afford this one, and you're going to jump to the next one, jump to the next one. This one is crying with her children when you already cut off her vagina in the name of Allah, in the name of culture. But then you not look at Allah to close house, feed her when Allah told you this. You are a hypocrite. And you hate Allah. And you hate women and children. And these women behind you, they know this, but they're pick-me women. They hate themselves. You program them to hate themselves. You beat them, torture them, essay them, suffer their mothers, suffer everyone around them, so they can make sure that they're piece of shit, they're nothing. So they can believe they're nothing. That's why when I'm talking like this, they think I'm mad and I'm rude, because they think themselves they're nothing. They don't even want my energy. They don't even want me talking like this for this not to happen to them. They think they deserve that. And this is what you wanted. You wanted them to think they're a piece of shit. This is why you're going to make sure they suffer from a young age. So the suffering is going to be in their DNA. So they can surrender and agree to it like a hopeless born slave. But you guys will not get away with this. Billahi, you guys will not get away with this. In this DNA, we know human right. Even the cows and the dogs know human right. And you know what you're doing is called abuse and pedophilia. You know it 100%. And you're going to stand up and promote it. Everyone around you is going to agree with you like we're not well. It's like you're watching a horror movie. It's like this is not real. I still can't believe this is real, guys. It's like I'm dreaming that the Gambians are watching this. In this 2014 March, we have an imam marching on the street of Gambia for underage 13-year-olds to get married and for girls to be cut off. And money to get this back to the parliament, it was banned. He managed to bring it back to the parliament for people to have choice to vote yes. And the parliament is full of men. So the men can vote yes. I'm waiting. Is it not next week? It's not long. I'm waiting for the yes. You guys will regret this if they vote yes. Billahi wallahi tallahi. If this vote is yes, you guys will put me down, chop me and fry me and eat me like the real vampire you are. Because what I'll do to you guys, you'll never forget. Billahi wallahi tallahi. If this vote is yes, I have to say goodbye to my children. When this vote is yes. That's what I'm waiting for. Is it not next week? Let's go. But until then, I'll make video for you guys every single day. Tomorrow, I'll make video. I'm continuing to make video. I'll make video under Ami Olaf tomorrow or the day after. Because I have promised myself to continue here for at least 1 week or 5 days of making videos here. I have to continue making video on this page because I want to develop this page. People have to get used to me making video here, speaking English. It's time for the whole world to know who you guys are. I'm tired of speaking in my language and you don't give a fuck. You still bully me, call me names, don't support me anyway. So now I'm going to talk for the whole world to know because this behavior is not just Gambia, it's cross Africa. Cross Africa is sick. And a lot of African countries can speak English anyway. So I'm going to talk in English. And then the assholes are getting angry when I'm talking in English. Why are you getting angry? So you don't want the whole world to know who you are? They will know. I have to go. I don't want this video too long and the video end up being long. I condemn the fact that you guys are marrying young people and you're a pedophile and you're calling it, Allah says so. Allah said the appropriate age to get married is 13. You don't care about what Allah said. Allah told you to house, clothes, and feed your wife, and barely none of you is doing that. Or at least 80% of you are not doing that, especially in Gambia, especially in the Mandinka tribe where the FGM in girls, 80% of them don't house, clothes, and feed their wife, guys. Go to Tanje, Birkama, all the Mandinka dominant places in Gambia. See how the women are suffering. Go to their houses, just go to them and see what they're going through with their husbands. Look if the husbands are doing what Allah tell them. Look at how the husbands are cheating, lying, neglecting the women, especially the first wives, jumping, marrying somebody else, jumping, having girlfriends, leaving this woman and her children suffering. The same Allah that is hating, that is telling them not to do that. Allah told them when they cheat, they're meant to be stoned to death. Allah tell them they have to house and clothe and feed the wife. Tell the truth. Do so many other stuff. It's not easy to be a Muslim. But they're picking the fact that the appropriate age to get married as a Muslim is 13, knowing fully well that that's called pedophilia. You're a pedophile for sleeping with a 13-year-old, especially grown man. You know what their excuses are? Oh, when you go abroad, people are having sex at young age. They're not even 13. These people are assholes. And the same people are the ones that saying that why you guys saying that we should FGM the girls because the Western people, they don't want us to FGM the girls. They always say the Western people for everything. When they don't want to do something, they're like, oh, it's because of the Western people, that's why you're talking. What this got to do with Western person? But they're like, oh, the Western people, they don't want us to FGM the girl because they want people to be lesbian. Look at this. Doesn't mean the Western people are bad. That's why they are lesbian. And that's why they don't want you to cut your girl so your girl can be lesbian. Now listen to this. When you also tell them why you underage marrying children, they're too young. They say the Western people are having sex at young age. So we too have to have sex at a young age. Now listen to this. Do you hear this? Anytime they're doing something horrible, you talk to them, especially when you're from abroad. You live here, and you know human rights, you know this is wrong. You see why the West is developed, that they're not abusing women and children, at least, or they'll take action, at least. They're not going to be on the street campaigning for 13-year-olds to get married and for girls' vagina to be FGM without going to prison. At least. Well, not in the UK. And you see how our people are dying to come to this place. And you know why they want to come here? Because they want to come here because of human right, justice. And because of the human right and justice is why people are focused and they have so many opportunities to learn and focus and be somebody, especially women. Women contribute to this country development because people give them right, and children. You give the children right, give them education, don't create certain trauma for them so they can grow up, go to school and contribute to the country and have a job. Or even if they are a mother, they will be educated mother, they can also be better mother, they will be reading, helping the children with schoolwork, or just be able to send emails, like an independent mother. They're still contributing to the country and the development of their children. Yeah. But you want to come and enjoy that here, but you will not create that on your land because you're very wicked and stubborn. Because what you're doing is getting hold of young girls and call it wife, sexually abusing them. And you don't want to let go of that. And you're calling that your culture. You're using culture and deen to back that so you can continue that. And people like me, I condemn that. I'll never agree with that. I call it, what is it? Pit of failure. I call it, what is it? You love children and you're promoting children to be abused. I call it, what is it? The women of this society hate themselves. That's why they're watching this. And the karma of the children will haunt you guys that is watching this, including the master that is promoting this. Okay? As long as you guys know that, a lot of people in this community are already awake. And we rather die than watching you continuing this madness. As long as you know that. As long as you know that the effort you're putting to continue your madness, we also have effort to fight this madness, and we will never give up. It's only going to get worse. Yeah? But we shall see, and we shall keep going. In God we believe in. In the karma of the children, you're giving pain and torture and injustice forever. In that karma we believe in, that is our fight between you and us. That karma is what's gonna haunt you guys or anyone that is trying to stop us from doing our fight. And even if you manage to chop us and fry us and have us for dinner like the vampire you guys are, you will still face the karma. And we rather you do that than us watching you finishing the children's soul like you always do. Okay? Until tomorrow, another video about this. Thank you for some of you that was watching, liking and tapping and sharing. Again, for some of you that is watching and don't tap, don't like, don't share, just because this video is to protect the children. Like he said that he's praying for us to have karma for talking. Me too, I'm praying for you guys to have my own karma and the karma of the children that this have to happen to for watching and not tapping and sharing. Okay? And salam. Another video tomorrow, inshallah.